All right, all right. Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Sudoku with Tsvetii. We have another medium puzzle for you today. Hope you are doing well. Hope that if you did enjoy yesterday's video, hope that you have taken a little bit of time to breathe. I know I certainly did. Today, well, as I'm recording this, it is Sunday still, but it is Monday when you are watching, or any day for that matter. But I hope that you enjoyed the last video and took the opportunity to breathe. And that was something that I was talking about because I've always had trouble relaxing and having trouble stressing out about things and worrying about things that I really shouldn't be worried about because it's not too big of a deal, so to say. We knew that was a 4 because this was blocked, and that's the only other available tile. So we were able to solve that 4 rather painlessly, thankfully. We know 4 is going to be over on this side, so we know 4 is up there, so we know that 3 and 4 are spoken for up there. So nothing else can be up there. And then we know 4 is over here. We know 4 is one of these, but we're not really going to deduce that just yet. But yes, continuing on, I do believe that I did pretty well with just learning how to breathe. Not necessarily learning how to breathe, but taking the time to breathe. I was able to work on a few things around the house, like whether it was doing dishes or, help assisting with laundry. I was able to just relax and not hold myself to a standard, if that makes any sense. I was able to just accept what I was doing for the day. And for me, it was, I had a couple plans of like reading a chapter of a book and like reading some of my book. It's a book about character. I worked on a couple puzzles, whether it was Sudoku, whether it was Sudoku or not. We do know that 5 and 7 both have to be right there. So we can go ahead and mark that down as a 1 and 4, which means 4 will be over there. And then 1 is down here. We got a 5 and 7 saved down here. And then the other number is 9, which will leave us with a 2 be right there. And then we have an 8 down here. So we are looking pretty good. I forgot that when I was watching YouTube earlier, I had the music up way too loud. I apologize if the music is a little bit loud, but it was blaring in my ear. Yeah, it was blaring in my headphones. But as I'm beginning to get distracted as we're trying to focus on Sudoku, I was able to just not hold myself to the rigid standard that I normally do. If that comes across in the correct way. I'm not saying it that I was able to just give up on the day and just wasn't really worried about it or anything like that. I was mostly just allowing myself to have the time to accept boredom and then learn what I want to do after that. Like I said, I did practice piano for about like 30 minutes or so. I'm kind of overestimating. It was less than that, but who's asking? Oops. Yeah, I was playing piano for a little bit. I was relaxing a pretty good deal, so much so that my back is actually kind of hurting because I've been sitting down all day. We know that'll be a 2 up there. And which means 1 has to be down there. 1 is up top. 1 is down here. Yes. Yes. We know 1 top. What are we missing? 1, 3, 4, 5. We'll worry about that another time. Well, that means that could technically be a 4. Could be a 3 or 4. Yeah. E. Excuse me. I just got attacked by the yawn monster. Okay. So what we do know is, we're missing 1, 3, 4, 5, 8. Which 1, 3, 4, 5, 8. So that is just right there. And then this can technically be a 4, so I will leave it be. But yes, it was very nice. I didn't even leave the house today, honestly. I just stayed inside all day, which is what I hope to do most days. That is a joke, of course. But I did enjoy the little bit of time that I spent indoors today. It was very just relaxing. Like I said, I did aggravate my back a little bit as an old man myself. I did aggravate my back a little bit just because it was I was sitting down for so long. I did try to play some video games in different ways today as to not, get bored of them super quickly. I was playing 2K again and tried to win, try to build a team and, build a championship and everything like that. And we were the 8th seed. And we made it all the way to the conference finals, made it to game 7. And I played the entire 4th quarter and we lost. And I was getting mad, but that passion and that creative energy going into it was amazing. Just being super pumped up about it. And then the whole thing fell apart. Just injuries the next season just fell apart. And then I before I quit to watch South Park with my girlfriend, I was starting to blow the entire team up again. And that we were literally a few shots away from being in the finals one year, missing and then the next year with a bunch of injuries we're the number 1 seed and lost to the 8th seed, but the previous 2 years we were the 8th seed and beat the 1 seed. And it's funny, the team that was the 1 seed those 2 years we won as the 8th seed was actually the 8th seed that year and beat us. Haha, it's funny. It's ironic. And then the next year we just cratered and lost 50 games. And so we had a decent pick. We had such a stockpile of draft picks. I'm going to stop talking about my virtual basketball game and get back into reality for a second. And I think that the reason why I enjoyed doing it so much this time is that I had that, I suppose, that dose of reality included in it. Not necessarily in the sense that, hey, I could do this. This isn't that bad. I could easily do this. It was more so just the reality of acknowledging that it wasn't real, if that makes any sense at all. I think it was more so an indication that, hey, this isn't happening. Like, this for real isn't happening right now, but we can enjoy the storytelling and the fantasy of it. And so for that reason, I am going to be changing this channel into a sultry fairy book reading channel, and I'll just be reading all the smut I can. Let us see. We are starting to fall apart here. I yawned once and it is over. It was actually kind of funny because I was like, oh, you know what? It's kind of early for me to go to bed, but you know what? I might go to bed. I was like, is there anything else I need to do today? And I was like, oh yeah, I need to record. Uh-oh. Well, we know 6 and 9 are down there. We see 5, so this does have to be 4. And that would be 5, and that would be 4. 3, 4, 8, 5. Nice. Able to pull ourselves from the ashes there. From the depths of despair. We do know 3 would have to be there or there. We are also missing a 7. Which isn't very helpful, if I'm being 100% honest. We do know this will be a 3. Why cannot a 3 not be there? I just didn't put it there for some reason. Okay, well, we have 3s. We are missing 7s as well. And then 8s can't be there or there, so that is just an 8. Means that is an 8, which means this is an 8. And that will solve all of our 8s for the video. Let's see. We have 3 and 7 over there. Am I crazy? Oh, there's a 7 right there, you dingus. See what happens when I just pay attention for even a minute. Yeah, we already knew that was over there. We're looking for a 1, 2, and 6, but we are not seeing any of the like or any of the sort. We just know 5 and 7 are over there. Yeah, we just know our 1s are a little bit rough, except we just know they're over there. How about 2s? Still looking at the same on the 2s. The whole 2s situation. Actually, that's a 3 right there because there's not a 2. That could be a 2. We know 2 and 6 are over there. We can assume that, well, we know that 3 is going to be down here somewhere. We're also looking for a 5. 5 is right there, which means 1 is right there, which means 1 is down here. This will be our 7, 5, 7. Can't really deduce at this moment, but we were able to knock a couple of these out. This will be a 2 or 6 right there. And then over here, we are missing a 2 and a 5. That'll be a 5, potentially right there. Well, it has to be right there. Yeah. Yeah. We do know that those are where they were. No real update. We just know 1 has to be here in the middle. A lot of 1s that have not been solved yet, but that is okay. That is okay. And I think, 12 minutes into the video, I think the goal for today is to be your own champion. And I don't mean that like in a kingdom way, but just to be your own greatest advocate. Be your own biggest fan. Actually, we knew that was 1 9, and we see the 1 down there, so that is actually there. We already knew earlier that 1 had to be over here somewhere, but we were able to solve it just a little bit. We do know that it is 1 3 2 6, means that'll be a 2 or a 6 right there. Correct. It's 1 3 3 1 3 2 6. There's no 3. We do not have a 3 yet, unfortunately. We do have a 2 6 over here, which would be, that would mean that is a 3. 1 2 3 1 2 3 6 7 1 2 3 6 7. Okay, so this is just 3 because there's a 1 2 6 and 7 right there. That is a 4, silly. Because there is a 9 up there. This will be 9 2 5. This will be a 6 9 6 3 2 7 6 2 6. Shout out Lilo and Stitch. 3. Not bad. We were yapping a little bit and got distracted, but we pulled it back together and we have finished. If you have enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing, and I will catch you again tomorrow. Goodbye.